All right, it's time for another top five most underrated horror movie. No ranking intended. This is just top five. No ranking is intended. All these movies deserve love. So I'm the horror connoisseur, and I am here for you. If you've been looking for new horror movies to watch, you haven't watched these movies, these are free. I will also be providing where you can watch. So let's get into it. First up, The Funhouse. If you have not watched The Funhouse, I highly recommend it. It is easily one of the top most underrated freaking horror movies out there. Pun intended, it's not about a clown. So if you're scared of clowns, you don't want to watch it because of the clowns, just discard that. It's literally not about a clown. If you're watching it for a clown, this is a spoiler warning. It's not about a clown. They literally just have that because it literally shows like 2 seconds of a clown. There's a spoiler warning. But everything else is really good. The story, everything else ties in. It's just a really good movie, especially, for an older freaking horror movie, and low budgeted, I believe. It was a really good movie. But where can you watch them? Where, Comic Verse, can I watch it? Well, I got you. You can watch them on all these sites right here, including Peacock if you have a subscription, or you can always use the Handy Dandy app. The next up, we have The Town of Dreaded Sundown. It's about the Texarkana murders. It came out in the late 70s. This is the 70s version, and this is the 14 version. Spoiler warning, watch the 70s version. Before you watch the 14 version, they do tie in. And fun fact, I'm not going to spoil too much for you. It's literally a good and really scary movie for a 70s film. This movie actually set in stone and gave the idea to Tom Savini to literally put the potato sack on Jason on part 2. Like, legit, that's a fun. But where can I watch this comic verse? Well, you can watch them on all these sites. This one is on these sites, and this one is on those sites. And, of course, you can use up there the handy-dandy freaking app. And actually, I believe this one is for free if you have an Epix Now or Pluto. And both are on Amazon Prime subscription. This one's on Paramount Plus subscription. Next up is I Know What You Did Last Summer. And I still know what you did last summer. We could just disregard the third one. The third one wasn't that good. Let's just throw that in the trash and pretend it does not exist. But both of these are freaking peak movies. Who isn't scared of a guy who you thought you killed by accident, who chases you around? Okay, I don't want to spoil. Either way, he has a hook and he's come and kill you one way or another. It don't matter what you do. There's a spoiler warning for you. But where can you watch? Well, you can watch them both on HBO Max if you got a subscription, or all these apps right here. Or, of course, you can use the Handy Dandy app. Or, of course, you could use the Handy Dandy app, BTV. Next up, we have Joyride 1, 2, and 3. I love all of them the same LIC. I just prefer the first one over the other two slightly. But all three are really good. And very, very, very underrated in my opinion. All I can think about it is if I hear the voice come over radio ever and says, "This is Rusty Nails," I'm out. You won't see me for a long time. Very, very underrated. Very, very good storytelling. And the first one, of course, has Paul Walker in it, bro. So if y'all haven't watched it, I'm here to tell you to go watch it. So go watch. Oh, but how? You can watch them on all these sites, either by buying or renting, Sally. Nothing's for free. Unless you use the magical app as well. You could always use the magical app. Last but not least, one of my favorites, and I think the most underrated one out there, as well as a lot of others, is House of freaking Wax, man. I don't see how people don't literally talk about this movie more. It literally is one of the best storytelling, in my opinion. Now, the acting is like, it's hit and miss. But freaking storytelling wise, this movie is freaking great. On top of the, killers and all that and the scary scenes, I think it's just a really great movie. Definitely underrated and definitely worth the watch. Who doesn't, get kind of freaked out that, somebody might kill you and turn you into a wax doll? And nobody will ever know. Like, nobody. I'm not going to spoil it for you why nobody would ever know. But you haven't watched it, let's just say nobody. But of course, you're wondering where can you watch? Or you can watch it on all these sites. Sadly, none's for free. Either buying or renting. But of course, BTV's free. Watch any movie you want, including all the ones I just named on BTV. And when I say magical app, if you ever need any information on how you can get this app, just ask, because I'll gladly show you, or I'll point you in the right direction. It's definitely worth your time and definitely worth some investing if you have to. You can watch any horror or any movie for that fact of the matter that you. Hope you guys enjoyed the horror discussion. Y'all comment down below what the next one should be. And I'll see you guys in the next video.